In this video, I'm going to share with you how to use AFL Amibroker Code to run scans across stocks and get an output like this, showing the symbol, pricing, earnings per share, percentage, and a range of other details as well. When connecting to certain data feeds, Amibroker allows you to receive information on information such as debt levels, net income, share figures, and other indicators as well as the earnings per share. That allows you to export Excel documents like I just showed, and then to be able to filter them based on your own requirements. This then allows the investor to then go and investigate and assess whether the information on the filters is acceptable and actually matches in terms of the fundamental information from reports and updates around the company, as well as the sector and what the actual company does. So by filtering all the information such as income versus debt versus the amount of shares on offer and the price per share, you can then use that information on a filtered down level and focus on your research for stocks that meet your quantitative requirements. And then you can dive deeper knowing that the numbers work in a sense and just understand whether the numbers are actually valid and in line with true business requirements. So in Amibroker, this screen over here, to pull up a new analysis window, I can just click the plus, new analysis, and then I can select my formula by opening this. Got a range of different formulas here, and this one's the fundamental scanner. Over here I've got the code. We can actually set a backtest for this. However, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to just show you how to export the file so that you can go and do more research on filtered stocks that you like. For the code, we include data functions and we include business and financial summary. This is using Norgate data fundamentals for stocks. And if you've got the data importing into your Amibroker, this should work. So you can set it to a backtest to actually backtest whether it works or not. It's not necessarily something I use because each quarter the fundamentals change, and basically that means that if you backtest it, it's backtesting based on the current quantitative data rather than the data at the time that you're specifically testing, using the close price over 10 periods, I believe, and that's times by 100. So there's a range of different elements here that I'm basically just going to give a very top level understanding so that it might help somebody with their code. So you've got Norgate classification here, Norgate classification name, you've got dividend yield, time series, Norgate fundamentals. You can pull the earnings per share, get FN data, shares outstanding, so that's the number of shares that are effectively outstanding on that symbol, and get FN data, again, shares out, net income, liabilities. So you've got all of these fundamental information items that you can pull into columns, which I'll show you shortly. We've got a range of growth rates, which we use in some of the analysis that we do. And then what we do is also get the book value percentage and a range of different other information that we like to use when filtering our stocks to then further go and analyze them down the track. And basically what we're going to see when I run this exploration is a range of columns. So we're going to get the close price, the earnings per share, the earnings per share percentage, potential profit based on an algorithm that we've run. I'm not going to go over that in this video. Here I look for percentage moves from the highs, book value percentage, a movement from the Bollinger low. So if the Bollinger band has been touched, where is price sitting compared to that Bollinger band? Shares outstanding, net income, cash per share. So how much cash do they have to sustain any situations like COVID where they can't operate, or they need to buy things, or they have a lawsuit, or whatever the case might be. Cash is always very valuable to have, and it provides a lot of security. And then net debt. For example, some of the companies, I'll scan through them shortly, they show as having a net debt which is negative, which basically means they are in the positive. They don't have debt overshadowing their assets. Also dividend yield, which I feel is an important figure, so you can see whether they're companies that are paying dividends or they're overpaying, perhaps if they're sort of sitting at 20% or higher potentially, or if they're paying zero, you know that you may not get income from those as far as dividends go. You can see here with the dash dash, and it makes these lines green, and that's simply a comment. So I've commented these areas out because it's not something that I'm using. You've also got buy and sell information here, which sell is 0, buy is 1, and that would basically just be an element for the back tester to be able to buy and sell. I'm going to now hit explore, and what happens is it pulls all of the data. At the moment, I don't have the subscription with Norgate to get the fundamental data, so you'll see all zeros here. But it does work on price data, and I'll go across. We've also got the Bollinger Bands information here. So you've got positive and negative figures on that. I'll just stop that there. What you can do is right click, select all, and then right click and copy. And then you can just paste all of this data into an Excel spreadsheet or perhaps a Google Sheet and work through that data to identify stocks that you find valuable, suit your price range, and basically fit your requirements for your investments. So taking a look through an old screen that I ran over a year ago, you can see here that we've got symbols, the close price, earnings per share, and earnings per share percentage, and some of these figures may seem extrapolated, and that's where you've got to go and say, okay, is this a real figure? Has something happened? Have they sold off part of the business, for example, and they've paid out the cash that they've received from that, and that's why the earnings per share could be much higher, or the dividend yield is too high perhaps. You can also check out the net debt. The banks have a huge debt levels, as you can see, and then if you like, you can see companies that don't have debt, or they have more cash than they have liabilities, for example. You can see the net income. So for example, you've got BHP, Rio, ResMed having huge income at the time of this report, while you've got a huge amount of stocks that have negative income. If you like companies that have positive income, you can simply filter for greater than 1. So they've got to make at least $1 for you to get excited about them. And then you've got a range of stocks here. So you can see here that there's 560 stocks scanned in this scan that have positive income, and you can filter that up and down. You can also check out things like book value. Now, this is basically what you've been given. However, it would be ideal to obviously go and do further research and ascertain a real book value, considering things that you identify as true assets. When it comes to accounting and the fundamental reports that they put out, so whether it's quarterly or annually, you can have a look at the end of year report and identify the assets that you think make up the actual book value, because it may not always match what they've written down. So you can pull things out of their financial statements and say, well, that's not really valuable compared to the debts that are associated with it and things like that. Take these with a grain of salt, but it does help filtering and scanning and being able to focus on companies that might fit the build. So if you want something that's got earnings per share of greater than 2%, for example, I think it's in percentage, so I'll just go 0.2, then you can do that. And you can filter by largest earners per share. You can see here a range of different information. So you've got the earnings per share, so you've got 20 cents into 45 cents, so it's almost 46%. You've got 20% here, earnings per share, and you can see they don't pay a dividend according to this report. Here you've got a 20% earnings versus a 10% payout. You've got the industry classification in this column here as well. So it can help if you want to obviously only look at coal stocks, for example. It pulls up all the coal stocks. You've got the net income. If you've filtered it positively, you can also clear that and see if anything else comes up. Clear the earnings per share as well. And you can see here that some stocks are losing money on the net income side and some stocks are making money. and then only the stocks that are making money are paying the dividends. So you can do a whole heap of different filtering for a range of different classifications, and it's a really useful tool. So anybody that's looking to code in Amibroker using the AFL code that they provide, I've found that their support and forums aren't really that helpful for somebody that's not a coder. So that's why I've decided to make some of these tutorials. I'm not a coder myself, so just take it with a grain of salt, and I hope that it helps you. This is what it outputs for me. That's it from me today, guys. Hope you have a great day, and talk to you soon. If you enjoyed this video or took something positive from it, please hit the like button below. It lets me know this is helping others. To see more great content like this, please subscribe, hit the bell icon, and stay updated with the latest.